Okay. Yeah, that's on. Okay. Let's talk briefly about this straw fence right here. Do you see the straw with all the sand by it? We had to put this across the street from, when I say we, I mean my father-in-law and my husband. They had to erect this little thing because the sand was so bad off the desert, because we had a huge range fire this summer that nearly came and got my house. It was very scary. Or last summer, I mean. It's been a year, so that's why the grass has grown back. And pretty soon the sagebrush will grow back, and eventually the desert will be back to normal. But apparently, well, the sand blows through and they don't want it to blow onto their field, so that part's 2 bales high. And it's just as sandy behind the fence as it is on this side. And so my kids think it's like a little beach, and they're all excited and they want to come down and play. But anyway, apparently many miles away, a guy was driving and he threw a cigarette out. They're pretty sure that that's what happened. The officials, the experts. We thought it could have been lightning strike, but it makes us even more upset that it was a guy flicking his cigarette out. Because you gotta be responsible with those things. Anyway, and it was kind of, I don't know, a little bit of a breezy day, and it just started the desert on fire, and we watched that smoke move across the sky, and my husband was like, yeah, it's probably range fire, you know. But anyway, about 6 p.m., I noticed that my entire home and yard was engulfed in smoke. And so I said to the kids, I think we better leave. So we all, let's see, I grabbed my purse. This is like the 3rd big fire we've had since we've lived out here. I grabbed my purse. Let's see, my daughter grabbed her piggy bank and her library books and her scriptures, and they put some stuff in a backpack, and we dashed out to the car, and it was so smoky, and the fire department was in my driveway, and they're like, I think you better head south. I said, I'm not heading south because I know that the fire is south. We're going north. We're going up to Grandma's house. So the reason I knew that the fire was north was because my mother-in-law had just called, and they were going to try to come down and save the stack of hay that was down here. They're going to try to move it. But when they got down here, the fire was so bad, there was nothing they could do. And this is so awful. My mother-in-law actually got stuck in the pickup. She was driving the pickup and she got stuck on this pipe. She didn't realize that she had driven over this big pipe that brings the water to our farm. Anyway, I shouldn't tell this story because she'll probably get upset if she knows that I've stuck it on YouTube, even though she's the kindest person in the universe. But anyway, so that was really scary, and she was in the pickup and the flames were all around her, and anyway, it was really horrible. She thought for sure she was gonna die, but eventually, I don't know, she got some cell phone reception or something. She called her husband and they found out she was still alive, and they went in there and found her, and because you couldn't see anything because between the ash and the wind and the dust and the flames, and man, my story was just starting to get good. Sorry, I had camera problems there. Yeah, so I can't remember what I was talking about. So the fire actually came within a 1/4 mile of our house, and it burned some of our grain, and that was scary. And so anyway, we went up to Grandma's house to just watch the big pillar of smoke because it was such a weird fire. It went around people's homes and like between their homes. And so I seriously think that the Lord had a hand in where the fire went. You know, it was really scary. So I hope we don't have another fire for a while. We had a bad one in 2004. We had a bad one in 2007. We had one in 2010. So I'm thinking 2013, we better just be gone all summer long and take any valuables with us. So hopefully we'll be okay. Every time it's been something weird, like one fire, we think that it was an employee who threw a cigarette on the ground, and it ended up lighting some sawdust on fire, because we used to use sawdust to bed the cows. And then the time before, it was a truck, definitely, that threw a spark and started the load of straw on fire. So anyway, farming is a very dangerous job, so anyway, don't farm if you're afraid of danger, which we all are. Anyway, okay, so that's my strange story. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.